everyone, and welcome back to Cardiac, the spookiest channel on this side of the internet. So there are some changes. So I'm gonna try to actually film a little bit more. I was able to find like a tripod that goes up to about 60 inches for my phone, so that way I can actually use the 4K capabilities to film these videos. Because as much as I love my DSLR, the biggest issue with it is that it doesn't really focus that well. So I'm going to keep with this and see how we do. And I'm going to try to come up with some new topics so that every chance I can film a new video for you guys and get that uploaded. And so I can start getting more content out into the universe. For this particular video, I actually want to focus on two specific topics. The fact I built a haunt for a very well-known theme park, and the topic of Nobu necklaces. So I'm actually going to start with the Nobu necklaces first because it's pretty quick and I just want to be able to follow up onto the video that I did before the haunt season started where they announced the Nobu necklace and keep going from there. So my thought process at the beginning when I filmed that video was that I felt that that video was perfect for anybody who was neurodivergent and wanted to go explore haunt but be able to kind of have a little bit of control in terms of when they felt comfortable of getting scared. Now, let me tell you, my comments were fucking lit up like a Christmas tree, talking about how stupid the necklaces were, how it was a bad idea, it wrecked up fun. Oh no, okay. I get it. However, my point still stood, is that there were several people who wore the necklaces. To be completely honest, I think I was able to see, like 15 to 20 people every couple of nights with them on. Now, they are also told that they have to turn them off before going in through the mazes in particular because they're so bright, and obviously the way that things are designed, they need to be dark. So those lights, but some of them just were like awful. However, I will tell you, the very first weekend, there was somebody who tried to hold up the necklace and go, "You can't scare me." And I go,
"Wrong answer. That doesn't work here."
And then went and tortured them because I could. And I did. There were also a couple people who thought it would be a great idea that even though you were not off limits, to me, parents tried to shield their kids. "No, don't touch my kid. Don't touch my kid." That wasn't happening. And some of them were getting real bold and really brave because they would really try to be like, "Stop, don't. I'm like, "You're in a maze. You're not Scary Farm. You know exactly what you're getting into, signing up, getting into this thing. You're not protecting your kid from here. That's not happening. Nice fucking try." And I definitely went after those people because they frankly deserved it. However, there were still a lot of people who had them on who actually ended up being the most stoic-faced and the least terrified through the whole thing. So overall, it was really fun experience. And the ones who had it on understood that they were going to be scared and still had a really good time. So I really enjoyed it. But let me know in the comments down below if you are a talent in the street zones. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about that because I'm a little curious to hear what your experiences were, because I know that I've seen photos and maybe a couple videos of if there was somebody, mainly a kid with the Nobu necklace on, the talent I would see stop and kind of interact, guest interact in character. That's scary, which was actually, I think, a really cool thing because there adds a little bit of story to it. So that's a really cool thing. And I'm glad that it was very inclusive this year. So everyone got an opportunity to get what they wanted out of the haunt experience. So for those of you who are very meh, I get it. I was part of that whole thing to begin with. However, I will say, I also think it allowed for really cool guest experiences that we normally would never get, period, had they not existed. So there's that, and on that topic. The second thing, I built a haunt. And they can't come after me because they posted videos about it, so I'm gonna just talk about it. So I built a haunt event at Disney. Now, it wasn't for guests. It was a cast exclusive haunt event for them. So you had to be an active Anaheim West Coast based cast member in order to come to our event. So the whole thing is now keeping in mind that just like any other haunt event, I've been working on this thing for at least a year since I started getting it done in various different capacities. Originally, I started the thing about maybe a week and a half prior to the 2022 event, which was really nice because I wasn't at Not Scary Farm last year. It actually gave me a lot of opportunity to really go in and really craft last year's story and start to build what I was going to do for this year, which was actually a really fun event. Now, the backstory for this year's event was it's based around an influencer group called Ghoul House. Ghoul House creates like paranormal, horror, Halloween type of content, and they hit 4 million followers on their YouTube social media channels. I know I have to be very vague on those certain things. So to celebrate, they are going to host a carnival with different groups that best represent their likes, their beliefs, as well as you as the guests get to witness them go live explore an abandoned campground that rumored to have had several different things happen to it. Now, we had a whole opening ceremonies moment where you got to see them live and in person, and then we activated a live stream. So the live stream itself was actually really fun to make because we had to make the guests believe that everything that they were seeing was happening in real time, which was bullshit. However, we discover as guests, as we're observing this live stream, that they are ambushed and attacked. And someone basically motivates you to come explore and figure out where they went. Now, from there, you discover that the whole abandoned campground gets turned into a feeding cage for creatures, unearthly creatures. So you as the guests get trapped in the cage, have to go through the cage and get out, while still interacting with all these different creatures and also meeting the actual members of Spook House. And then leading you into the cage and out of the cage, it was a scare zone called the Dark Labyrinth that was designed by a really great collaborator, partner, and friend, Emmanuel, called the Dark Labyrinth. And the idea is you went through a portal to hell and you encountered all these various different creatures with prayer altars and these different things. It was really, really cool. And we were able to get to see, I think, like 610 people within an hour and a half. How? Tell me how and tell me why. I wish I could tell you. But overall, it was a good idea, and I've already started working on next year's event because I already have some plans of what I want to do for that. Now, if you want me to do a further in-depth analysis and timeline as to what I did to create this haunt event, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to be able to show you exactly what I did in order to make it happen. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I would love to get more content out to you, so hopefully this will be the catalyst to make that happen. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, my name is Forrest, and I'll see you in the shadows.